Hello and welcome to Nerdarchy. For nerds, by nerds, I'm Nerdarchy Dave, and I'm joined by all these fine nerds tonight. And we are going to be playing some Zoo Mafia RPG. And as always, all the important links are down below in the description, where you can follow Robin and Steven across the interwebs and stalk them in the good way, not the creepy way. Check out all their things. With that, we're going to jump in, and when we had left off, you guys had just infiltrated a speakeasy called Monkey Business to rescue a reporter that had not put a photo in the into the newspaper, the Daily Zoo, that you guys had not wanted to get out. And also, as a consequence of kind of being sent on a wild goose chase by no one in particular, they ended up getting captured by some monkey mooks and taken back to monkey business. And I believe it was Stanley that informed you. Stanley the pigeon informed you that Outback Alice had been taken, and could you please help? And you guys did decide to help and rescue Alice, but not without taking some lumps along the way. I believe Oliver took quite the thrashing. And so at this point, you guys were able to administer first aid on each other to each gain back one of your harm. You can rest the night and gain another harm back. And now you can, I believe you're going to be looking for a vet to take care of Oliver, because Oliver, although you gain some of your harm back, you're still pretty beat up, and your character has a condition called unstable, and the only way for Oliver to get rid of the unstable condition is to either see a veterinarian or visit a animal hospital.
All right.
Which I would very much appreciate.
Of course.
Now, it's no secret in the zoo there is a animal hospital on the map that you guys can check out. It is basically where the ticket sales are. Area 2, there's another building there where is the veterinary suites. But at night, it gets taken over by Dr. Leslie Ruffenstein and Nurse Bruno Russo.
Thought we didn't talk about Bruno.
Well, you might need to talk about Bruno.
I don't get it.
The things that I was not expecting to come from Ted today.
I'm proud.
I'm pretty sure of the lot of us, I'm the one who would make the most Disney references.
Yeah.
So this is like just in the aftermath of like Knuckles' beatdown and Oliver and us kind of
This
getting
is
away.
the next evening?
Yes,
the next evening?
Yes, the next evening.
Okay.
So you guys are kind of like went back to the hideout, I take it, nursed your wounds, did what, a little bit of first aid you know how to do, and then kind of like hung out the day resting. But now, now actually you can do whatever you want. It's completely up to you guys. But there is a facility that you could go visit.
It looks like the vet's patched you up okay, but for the kind of work we're into, we're going to need to get you some special care. What did they think happened to you? I love listening to their story.
They haven't been there yet.
Oh.
When I say first aid, you've like done your like stuff that you can do on your own, like icing it, maybe some icy hot,
so
whatever.
We need a vet.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was just informing you, those are the professionals that are on site that attend the zoo animals when after the real vets leave.
Okay.
I imagine owls don't, put their feet up. What do we know about these particular, animal vets?
I might know, I do know this zoo like the back of my spinneret. Would I know if there's any like special entrance or the way to go see Dr. Leslie Ruffenstein for like when you have like an injured something that you want to keep on the hush hush. We don't want our rivals to know one of us is this injured.
Yeah, I believe you have a special ability, a move even, that helps with that.
I do. It's called like the back of my hand, but spinneret in this case. So I'm going to roll my die because this is the start of a job, which is awareness. Okay. Okay, so I had the pink and the yellow one. So that's 11 plus 2, so 13. So I would get an ongoing on the scene of my choice, or which, an ongoing. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you totally nail it. Yes, there is several entrances, but there is the hush hush backdoor entrance that people in your line of work tend to use.
Yeah, and besides, we don't want Al Capone to see that Oliver took that beating. Imagine their surprise if you seem totally fine the next time.
Indeed.
Could I possibly see if I have a way for us to pay for this? Because we're going to need to pay for it too.
Oh yeah, I
And I
figured we
have
just.
in the hole. So is that cool for me to roll?
Yep, you use your move Ace in a Hole that you can use at the beginning of a job.
Let's see. I doubt that. That is a 4 plus 1, 5.
5 is a failure. What does it say when you fail on that move?
Let's see. It says I can. It doesn't say what I failed. It just says I can try. By the way, sorry for my voice. I'm sick. It says I can try to roll plus sly, which I did. I got a 5. You can acquire what you were looking for at no cost, or at a cost. If I get a 7 through 9 or 10 plus, I get what I'm looking for. It doesn't say anything about failing.
Okay, so failure just nothing happens, but you do not get what you're looking for.
Oh,
Hey, you get an XP.
You do get an XP for failing.
is that 1 XP or
1 XP.
okay?
Yeah, anytime you fail a roll, you get an XP.
I like that mechanic actually.
Yeah.
It makes it so
Let's
you
go.
fail and it's stupid.
It's a little balm, a little salve on the wound. Yeah, so I guess you guys can just try and scrounge up whatever you have around the lair and see what you can pay with.
Well,
Didn't
there's
we get a bunch
also-
of money last session?
Well, we have $1,000 in people currency,
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
right. We need peanuts.
but we need animal currency. But there is
Yeah.
also the ye old staple of service for a service.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing about all that money you'd won. You won a bunch of money and were doing really well, and then they realized you were cheating, and you got called into the.
Oh, I was talking about the people money.
Oh, okay.
In that manila envelope.
The manila envelope to bribe the rail station dude, the monorail dude, to smuggle stuff in
Oh yeah.
that we stole from the Monkey Man.
Monkey Cohen.
Yep.
Yes.
Shall we try to take this people money to Carlo Hambino, explain the situation of what happened with Oliver, and possibly get some sort of backing to get him the medical treatment he needs?
Maybe
I'm
we
fine
could
with
take
offering a favor.
We could take some of this money and stash the rest here. And if need be, we can use that as a bargaining chip. If we get in danger, we'll know where there's a lot more money we can.
I don't know how much interaction y'all have with Mr. Hambino, but I don't feel that we've got enough clout to really make any of that happen just yet.
I don't know. This letter about the interaction with humans and $1,000 cash. We could weave quite a complex web for ourselves here.
Right, but if we go giving that to him,
Oh no, yeah, certainly not.
then like, what's like, okay, well, that's a nice try, but he's gonna get in on that score and kind of push us out. We need to really prove ourselves and really earn his attention. So if we get control of that after we help out Oliver, which might mean, we got to do a job for the docks before we do the job for ourselves.
Now, I will say Tommy's not far off. Getting close to a Don is not easy, especially for someone that's not made. And right now, you guys aren't even soldiers at this point yet. You're your own mob trying to get into the mafia, your own gang, if you would. So that would almost be viewed as like a security risk in and of itself.
Sure. But that's some pretty lucrative stuff we got.
I'd be down for offering a favor.
But it's going to take bigger scores than that to really garner his attention. So if we get a bunch of pieces moving, and then we say, "Hey, maybe," but I think this needs to be us. So, all right, Mr. Lookout there, Cobb. What do we got in way of conveyance to get Oliver from here to there?
Well, there's the safari cycles are right outside the Conservation Action Center door. We could always borrow one of those. It's not a far ride from there to the first aid station. I think we've already proven our driving skills. That's how we got together in this mob.
Oh, indeed. We got a couple good stories going.
It's a little close to that Sumatran tiger enclosure. This guy's giving me the willies.
Well, I mean, we are food.
Speak for yourself.
Well, we're all food for somebody.
I imagine if that tiger got a hold of you, it would try and eat you.
Right now, yes.
I'm not saying you couldn't put up a good fight there. I'm not offering any disrespect. I'm just saying that all of us, it views us as food.
Grumble, grumble.
So, shall we try to take
I've eaten snakes before and birds.
The cycle? Are we stealing like a motorbike? Is that what it is? Like a moped?
I just saw safari cycles on here, and I really have just been angling. Anytime there's a vehicle in this map, I'm like, let's steal one of those. And
I think they're actually the pedal cars, where like 4 people can pedal.
On the map, the picture, I don't know if it is actually supposed to be the safari cycles, but they're like Model T, like antique cars.
Sure. It's going to be whatever the DM says.
Right. I'm just saying that was my
like
thought.
Model Ts, but they're pedaled.
Right.
Oh.
All right.
With a little, carousel over top of it, or canopy over top of it.
All right. Well, let's get Oliver loaded up and let's get on the move and see what we can make happen. Do we have a pittance of peanuts that we might be able to offer just to get the job started?
I turn out several of my packets and there's just shells in them, like nothing.
So,
Dave, didn't you say we had some active money on us? I don't have anything right now.
Yeah, you guys do. Like when you guys went into gamble, you guys had some, and then you had gotten even more because Steven, or Eve, I should say, used Ace in the Hole to produce even more cash for gambling.
That's right.
Okay. So, would you say I've got 10, 20 peanuts? I don't know.
Yeah, I would say you can each have up to
I feel
10 peanuts.
I feel like it would almost be like an abstraction in this game. It's like,
Yeah.
I got a couple peanuts, or you know what I mean? It's like, we got a whole bunch of peanuts, or something, that's like a level of wealth.
You got none, some, a few,
Yeah.
a bunch.
Yeah, right.
A whole butt ton.
A crap load.
Okay.
Did you know that a buttload is actually a unit of
I did.
measurement?
I do, because every time someone mentions it, you always tell us.
Oh.
That's probably why I
I said I already told you I'm going to
You've already educated me. You've already educated me.
And there are some who use measurements in FPN. So
Yeah, that's true.
So, for driving this thing, I can maybe have Cobb on my head
Mm-hmm.
but so he can see, but I can't really maneuver anything or pedal.
Oh, I can do the wheel. I'll just make webs on it and like pull, pull on him like it's a horse and carriage. So like,
I thought I was the driver here.
Oh, that's sure. That works.
I mean, I don't mind, sharing duty.
He's got actual hands. Problem solved.
Right.
Yeah.
He can drive one with those one pedal.
Is he large enough to also work the pedals though? I would be happy to do the pedals. I could totally. I can throw as many pedals as you want at me. I got
all the pedals. You guys can manage without too much difficulty to work the pedals and drive the car between the four of you. So you managed to get over to the animal hospital there, and you find yourselves at the back door.
Okay.
This is where folks like us come in.
So do we knock or do we just go in?
I don't know. I only knew about the entrance. I never actually been here.
I think we go in.
All right.
So you go in, and you don't go too far down the hallway before you startle the nurse, one Bruno Russo, a cheetah, dressed up in scrubs and nurse garb, and he's and you kind of like freak him out a little bit. His eyes go real wide and gets a little stressed, and then bolts into one of the rooms.
Hey, ease up. I know, we don't mean any harm.
Yeah, so like you follow him in, and then there's this husky in there, and she's the doctor, and she's like, it's okay, Bruno. Remember what I told you. Just breathe. It's fine. It's gonna be okay. And you see him visibly begin to calm down. And then you guys know when they're in their enclosures, Bruno the cheetah has the husky in the enclosure with them, because cheetahs don't do well on their own, and they need support service animals. Or they freak out.
So these two share habitation during normal zoo hours as well? Yes, yeah. Okay.
And so Dr. Leslie looks over at the lot of you, and then her eyes kind of settle on Oliver.
I'm making sure hands are up and it's not being non-threatening.
Oh my! It looks like you've been through the ringer. What happened here?
Let's just say a squabble. There's
the zoo out there.
It's monkey business.
That's a rough place.
Able to get some help for our friend here?
I can get the treatment started, but we've got a bit of a problem. We've had a run of monkey mooks go through here, and they've used up all of our supplies. So I can look at you, and I can get it started, but there's only so much I can do with dog saliva and cheetah purrs. And
where do you think they took the supplies? Where they raided your hospital? That's pretty low even for a monkey.
Oh no, they didn't raid the hospital. They're all injured. Someone's been shooting them up.
Oh, boy, that's a shame.
Yeah. Well, with this war going on, there's always something or another. And then they kind of lead you guys into a room, and Oliver gets put on an examination table, which Bruno begins purring over top of you immediately, and they weren't kidding about using cheetah purrs and dog saliva to begin your treatment. You can get one back, and you're now considered stable.
Yes. Okay.
But also, I believe that puts you right at 5.
It does.
Yeah. So if you get hit again, you'll be unstable again. But so the doctor explains to you, I can't actually admit you for more treatment without supplies, and we're kind of out.
Where do you usually get them from?
Well, she kind of looks around a little bit. Things have been a little rough lately. There's a J.C. Brantley drugstore. It's a couple blocks from here, just on the other side of the park. They've
Outside the zoo?
outside of the zoo. They've got what
Look
we
around
need
shiftily.
there.
You definitely see an eyebrow, perk up on Tommy, and hasn't really done this, but like he's kind of got his his little paws kind of like rolling around in front of him, and this is very exciting to like have a mission to get out of the zoo.
Cab is actually the opposite and sort of just like slinks back a little bit. He's tentative. I don't know about that.
I know. Normally, I wouldn't ask, and we just wait for supplies to come in. But I mean, unless you can wait.
No, we need to take care of this.
Time
to agree.
Time is crucial, and the well-being of our friend is equally as important.
Yeah.
So a little out of game of knowledge, like there's nothing really keeping you guys in the zoo. Like
Yeah,
you can come and go. Just most animals don't want to leave the zoo because they realize they have a good deal here. And also it's like for for you wannabe mobsters, it's like this is your turf.
Yeah. And who knows what turf's out there? I mean, it's non-zoo animals. You think it's crazy in here? They don't follow any laws or code out there.
Do we know anything about, shall we say, organizations or mobs that run just on the outskirts? There's got to be some kind of information network.
I will. You know what? I'll leave it to each of you. You can each know, like, if you choose to, you can also choose not to. You can each know something about the outside.
Okay.
Sure.
Sure.
I'm gonna say that there is, I don't know what they're called, but there's a group of, rats / rodents, mice, rats, squirrels, maybe even pigeons that they comb the area, and anything of value to either animals or people they tend to collect. So who's gonna bother the rodents that quickly scurry away when people are around?
Yeah, I mean the name is kind of deceptive, but that's exactly what it is. The Pigeon Park Mafia. They, they kind of run the scene and do all the things that you just mentioned, and most people, most other animals, they think of the pigeons running everything, but there is also some fairy folk that also are in cahoots with the Pigeon Park Mafia.
I think maybe Eve knows about traffic lights just from being transported. So like she might know what the different colors and shapes mean.
Okay.
Nothing. I'm drawing a blank. I feel on the spot like nothing's coming to mind.
Well, that's
Sorry.
fine. Like I said, you can choose to not know anything too.
Or
Yeah,
come up with
he
something
went
later.
right from the jungles of South America to delivery in a banana crate to the storerooms of the zoo, and like to him, it's just like a lawless outside world where like it's totally the lodge of the nature out there. It's like dangerous, constant.
Does Oliver know things?
Oh, I got nothing. I'm gonna put a pin in that.
Ooh.
So that is absolutely fine. So you're given like vague directions, not vague, but general directions on where the JC Bentley drugstore is. And obviously, like the idea of the concept of the park is something that you have parks inside the zoo itself. So that's a concept you can all grasp. So leave the zoo, go a block over, cross the park, get to the other side, and that should bring you to the drugstore.
Okay.
And do we have a list of what she needs versus what she's looking for? So, like, if we can over deliver.
Yes, you're given a list of what they're looking for.
What's a drugstore?
I assume it's a store that sells drugs.
That could be worth some money too.
So how are we going to transport these? Are we going to take this cart that we've taken outside?
I don't think we can get the vehicles. They tend to close the gates.
Yeah,
I
that
think
might
we
be
could
an
figure out a way to take a basket.
They do close
Stores
the
usually
gates,
have baskets.
but you do have a guy whose specialty is opening things.
Indeed.
Hey, we're in the zoo and it's a fire. Where are we like at right now? I mean, where we're kind of like walking and talking sort of thing.
Yeah, do we want to try and just take the car out of the zoo?
We could.
Or-
Is it like yeah, I don't know.
And do we want to do the wrap us all in a coat again and be a person?
We could.
We still have the coat.
We could also take a stroller. Like, do we have strollers in the zoo? Like most zoos that I've been to, they have like strollers for moms to use for kids.
Is it like super late at night?
Yes.
Or like early in the morning at like 2 a.m. sort of thing or whatever?
Well, so you guys could have went in like after the employees left. You probably would have went over there, and then it's up to you. You could wait until the middle of the night to go. You could try and sneak off now. It's completely up to you.
I mean, the
wanna
more
go
humans
without-
that are asleep, I think the better.
Yeah, I would want to go when it's dark. Aim for that like 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock hour.
Excuse me. So are we taking a cart or are we taking a stroller or are we just going?
I think we
Well,
could
both.
go. You want to steal one of these? I kind of want to do too.
I mean, I can try and get the gate open. We can take the cart, put the stroller in the back,
Okay.
then do the whole, put one of us in the stroller with a blanket and,
Yeah, I think we all really want to do it.
Yeah. It worked before. I mean, that scientist guy we made was, I couldn't tell the difference between a regular human and that.
I mean, humans are pretty stupid.
Exactly.
We were very good in convincing.
All right, let's do it.
Yes. So I guess we go
I
to
guess
my
we're gonna
hideout.
pedal the car. So the plan is we're gonna pedal the car down the street late at night to the drugstore, break in, load it up, and drive back with the scientist's lab coat disguise in the driver's seat.
Yes.
I love it.
Oh, okay. Well, we have to go back. to-
As we pedal the car, well, where do you want it? Like, where are we at, Dave?
So right now, you guys were outside the animal hospital, and now it's just a matter of you're basically, you're not too far from the ticket sales, so you're not far from one of the gates. So we just need someone to open a gate to let you guys out.
Okay.
Only
While
there
he's
was-
doing that, I'm gonna just take a look like outside the gate onto the street and see like, is there a lot of people around or any just people walking around?
You guys were waiting till it was late, right?
Yeah, like Ted said, I think like 11 or something like that.
Yeah,
When
around the zoo, there's not really much going on because it's pretty self-contained. There's nothing here.
Yeah.
Steven, you do have 3 forwards that you can give away.
Oh, I give one to everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh. See, dice training works. My enemy die roll one that I wanted it to. With the forward, that's a 13.
Ooh.
That is going to succeed. So you pop the lock easily enough, it's open, and you're able to let yourselves out. So, question, do you lock it behind you after you go out, or do you leave it open?
Mm.
I'm going to leave it open.
Okay. Or I guess another option would be like dummy lock it, where like it looks like it's closed. But
Yeah.
Is it just like a
lock it.
padlock?
yeah, it is just it's actually like a big raw iron gates kind of deal that they kind of slide, aside, so it's just popping it, and then maybe when you put them back together as it gets outside, but maybe stick something in there so it doesn't actually latch.
It's got an unusually large Acme lock.
Yeah.
Anything? Anybody on the street? Passersby? Traffic?
Right
stumbling
here
through the
is
park.
kind of quiet, and then you hear a car coming down the street, but it's like off in the distance a little bit, so you probably not going to notice you guys from where you're at.
Okay.
So you can
I'll ride on the wherever I'm going to use my spyglass or my binoculars, which is one of my items. Just keep a look at on the street and stuff. That's
Okay.
I imagine we're not going very fast, but then again, it's like the 20s, so the cars probably don't go that fast.
Yeah, the cars don't go as fast anyway.
Well, we go as fast as an otter can pedal a car.
Yeah.
Pedal
Thought you
faster.
never say that. Right? Thought you never say that when you woke up this morning.
Well,
How
How many
fast can
horses
it
you
go?
got in there? None. Just one tired otter.
Yeah. It's got one otter power. This thing's flying.
Yeah, and so you get out the street, and so you're gonna like go straight through the park. That's the fastest way, or you're gonna go around it.
Ooh, would we understand the concept of streets and stuff? I probably wouldn't.
well, we understand because of the map of the zoo. We tend to follow the
Oh
path.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, the
Yeah.
car stuff. Yeah. It's like we just drive right through the.
I vote
Yeah.
park. I vote park. I think it's more fun.
All right.
I do
park it
too, and I
is.
feel like we're less likely to get caught in the park than around it.
Yeah, and it feels more comfortable, right? It's a park. We're safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but except for the whole pigeons.
Oh yeah. Well, I am a Goliath bird eater.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's
But let's do
very
it.
true.
No offense.
All right, so you guys are pedaling through. It is a little bit harder to pedal once you hit the grass. Like, that's why everything's paved in the zoo. But you're able to power through and make it all the way across the zoo. Someone put their peepers to work for me.
I would be happy to, unless somebody else wants to.
Go for it.
You're the lookout, man.
All right, that's why
That's our job.
All right, so let's see. No doubles. That is a 9, which is just when I. That was first. That was first look. It's just for first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does say when I enter a new location, I put my peepers to work, so I get a hold. Is that still a thing in this? Yes, I can answer.
Yep.
that question.
So
So we're in the park.
Yeah.
Did you use your +1 from Steven?
Oh, I didn't.
Wait, what?
So that would have been a 10. I get 2 holds.
Okay.
Thank you.
Turns it into a complete success.
Okay, so I get 2 questions about us entering the park. Do I see any potential like pigeon park mafia ambushes, and can I see the JC Brantley?
So in a very large tree off to the side, you see 3 pigeon toughs kind of eyeing you guys. They're kind of like leaning against the trunk of the tree, and they've got their suspenders and brown pants and white shirt and little hats, smoking cigarettes and just kind of like eyeing you guys.
I puff up my feathers
We're being watched.
and turn my head all the way around to look at them.
Are we sort of like moving forward slowly, and they're just kind of watching us?
Yes.
Should we signal to them? I don't know anything about these pigeons.
You don't want to get them annoyed. Just keep going.
All right.
And you can ask a second question if you like.
Can I do I have a clear view of the JC Brantleys? Or is it like
with your binoculars, you can absolutely see it.
Okay, good. I was trying to keep it in sight so we don't get lost.
Yeah, because there's a big sign.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's like a little playground area for the kids. There's like trails to walk through.
So this is a this is like the main city park.
Yes.
Downtown, for lack of a better term, park. Okay.
We don't see any humans, do we, that are looking at us?
See what?
We don't see any humans that are looking at us, do we?
You do not see any humans.
Oh, good.
These pigeons, Tommy, you said these pigeons, this whole park's their turf?
It's primarily rodents that control this place. They think they're tough just because there's a lot of them.
Well, they are pretty tough, but that's okay. I mean, if you're hungry enough, you'll eat anything.
There's a lot of them. That's what they got going for.
Yeah.
So there, once you get out of the park and get across the street, to the building, there is like a side alley that you could take a little pedal car down if you kind of wanted to try and stash it or look for a back way in.
Yeah.
That.
What are you gonna do? Blow the door off with dynamite? How are we getting in here?
We gotta see what the place looks like. Dynamite's gonna be loud. You might have to be a little bit more subtle.
In the front, there's like a big display window that you kind of see inside a little bit. It is dark, but you could try and look in and see what you can see.
Yeah, for sure. That thing's bigger than the zoo gift shop.
It is definitely bigger than the zoo gift shop. So it's a fairly open space, but you can see that there's like a massive marble counter with a soda fountain, larger than 8 mirrors, mahogany cabinets. There's a candy counter. All kinds of bright treats there. There's a bunch of displays that have like everyday items like lipstick, soap, cigars, shaving supplies, that kind of stuff. And somebody give me you can all actually do this. Put your peepers to work.
So this is like one of those like really nice old timey drugstores. It's not just like a corner,
6.
Take XP.
11, but I've got double,
damn it.
And I'm showing the neutral boss and the enemy boss.
Oh.
I got 11.
Okay.
And no doubles.
I got a 7.
All right.
Almost got excited because I rolled a good number, but it was on the wrong die.
So
we made it all that way. I was pretty worried. I was like, we're gonna get jumped or something for sure.
Okay, so we got doubles with the neutral boss and the enemy boss. So let's see. That's not going to do. But you succeeded.
Everyone gets a forward.
Everyone gets a forward.
So I'm a wash, but everybody else gets a forward.
Yeah, everyone else gets a forward. It gets a +1 forward, and you're going to get a -1 forward. As we change up the terminology a little bit and streamline things. Okay, so what those that succeeded, what you see is, and since there's multiple successes, you spot 2 other animals inside the store. But we've also had a consequence of a failure. They also spot you.
Oh.
So there is a dog wearing a security outfit.
Oh no.
A German Shepherd.
Oh no.
And a big old tomcat.
Oh.
I was really hoping you were going to say Chihuahua, because that would.
And the tomcat's just kind of wearing like normal clothes. dress.
And they seem aware of each other.
They're
Like
Aware of
they're-
us.
they're aware. Of
Yeah, but I
guys.
mean, they're also like together in the store.
Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't like they were, like a three-way thing.
Yeah. So the cat leaps up into the window, into the display, and noses right up to the glass and puts her paws right on the glass. What are you looking at? And why aren't you? How'd you get out of the zoo?
Just wiggle my fingers.
Oh, well, it seems, darling, that we're looking at a very fashionable cat and a quite dapper security guard. And I'm trying to start spitting with using my who I am.
Okay. So as you do that, we'll resolve that in a second. But the security dog comes walking on over, and Tom, what are you doing? Why are you talking to them? Look at them; they look like ruffians. And now you can start spitting.
Oh, well, we aren't ruffians as such. We encountered some, which, as you can see, our friend is hurt. We had to leave the zoo because those same ruffians took the supplies from our zoo's veterinary office. We just need help. Could you please help us? Help our friend.
You'd also be helping Dr. Leslie Riefenstein. I don't know if you know her. She's a husky.
Oh, what? Because we're dogs, we all know each other?
No, but chance.
Do all you zoo animals know each other? Like, do you know?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh. From the town over? From that zoo? You know those folks do?
Well, funny you
If you
should
can't
say that.
answer.
Actually, our otter does. But that's another story for another time. Would you please? I'm sorry. I'm the one who usually makes the connections. Please. And she kind of like gestures to Oliver, hoping that he's like maybe hamming it up a little bit.
The boss is going to be unhappy if any of the goods are missing. That's how the boss makes their livelihood.
Oh, well, perhaps we could do you a favor as such in exchange for some of the supplies, maybe deal with a problem you've got going on.
You like hear him mutter under his breath, I think this is going to be the problem I got going on right now. and the cat, Tom the cat, turns to Riley, or to the dog, and says, Riley, you're just so dramatic all the time. So give me your start spitting roll.
Okay, here we go. So it's going to be a +1. That is, oh my gosh, I've got double sixes again. That is a total of 8. But I am showing the boss for the ally boss, our boss, and the enemy boss.
Okay. So.
I don't know if this is going to succeed or not. Then
You're going. All right. You're going to get 3 -1 forwards that you get to hold on to in your back pocket.
no.
But you get to give out. 3 +1s.
Okay,
forwards.
everybody gets one.
Yeah. So Tom is definitely into it, right? Tom, she's like, I like the idea of this. You can see a little bit of mischief in her eyes. She gets that, like, her eyes narrow a little bit, gets a little kitty cat smile, and she's like, come on, Riley, let's help him out. Sometimes
I have to say the cat's got a great name.
Oh, why, thank you. It's a family name. But Riley, we should help them. But what about the boss? What about the boss's family?
What about the boss's family?
If we help you, what are you going to do to help them?
What do
I
they
don't know.
need done?
You look like a fine, upstanding officer of the security officer. Maybe there's something that only a bunch of ruffians could take care of for you. That might help the boss without getting your paws dirty.
He points and directs your gaze to the mirror across the way. But those ruffians aside, do you have money? Can you pay for it?
I don't handle the money. Sticky fingers.
I could, if you can give us money, then we'll give you the supplies you want. You have to buy it like the humans do. And then he just like walks around, look at me, I'm a human.
I will laugh
So we
out
could
loud.
actually just legit buy the stuff with like human dollars. Basically.
That's what he's proposing.
Oh,
Do we dip into the money that's supposed to bribe, or do we go to the pigeon park and try to do a job for them to get human money, pay for the supplies? This is so confounding crazy.
you mean like try to work with the Pigeon Park Mafia to break into this place together?
No, like do a job for them.
Because I would
something
totally
that they
do
might
that.
No, I was saying, if we do a job for them so that we get people money, they got to find stuff all over the place. And,
Don't we have the people money?
but we need that people money to do the bribe.
Okay.
You do have like a week to figure it out though as well.
It's just a couple bucks. Is 1,000 a lot?
I mean, that seems like a high number, but I don't know what the people do with their money. So they might,
Yeah.
1,000
I'm
might.
assuming we didn't bring it all with us, right?
Oh no, I'm sure we didn't.
Yeah. All right. It's probably stashed in each safe house.
Could we conference for a moment, please? And she kind of like tries to pull everybody away from the door a little bit.
Yeah,
Oliver trusts you and doesn't fuss about being
Yeah.
led away.
What if we gave them the lab coat? We found
It's gotta
out
be-
at the medical office.
It's probably got to be worth some money.
Right.
I mean,
How would we get back out if we did?
well, we didn't. This was only like our human guys, and we might be able to steal another one. But like, if I'm being, completely honest here, if we're gonna prove our worth, like we need to always be not only succeeding at the job we're doing, but gaining a little bit more, tools and options. If we trade what we have, like it's taking a step down. Not that I don't mind doing that to help out Oliver, because got to, but I don't want to keep losing tools. I'm a tool person.
I kind of was imagining that we maybe walked like around the alley where our pedal car is to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like looking around in the alley is there any other ways to get in? I mean, it's like we are pretty sly. We could just try to get in without that Riley or Tom knowing. Get right.
It's a small store. It might be larger than.
Sounded like it was pretty freaking big.
It's decent size, but yeah, like it's also an open space.
Right.
I'm pretty darn sneaky. I don't think it's possible to be sneakier than I am, but I still don't think it's going to happen.
Well, what if I kept their attention?
I'm willing to try it, but that also means, if things go bad, I'm literally fighting cats and dogs.
Right. If we split up again, maybe Oliver and I can keep their attention, and the two of you could get in.
I'll give it a try, but If we're not successful, it's going to be that much harder.
Well, what did you have in mind, Tommy?
Well, I think our best plan is, as much as I detest the little rodents over there, I said we go have a conversation with those pigeons and find out if there's a problem that's too big for their proverbial britches, and we offer to work for human money. They don't need a lot.
That's not a bad idea. They might be able to find us some quicker than we could ourselves, and they would fit in better.
I wish we had an idea of how much, human money we needed to get the supplies, but
I'll check. I'll go back around and ask them how much money, people money we need to get, and then list the stuff we need.
You want quantities?
Yes.
And then, so then they go off to the side, and Riley and Tom confer and look over and confer, and then seem to be looking at things on the shelves. I think 100 human dollars.
100. Wow. Okay. I will kind of do a 1 and a C with my tail to them, hoping they read it.
I think she sees something.
So $100, you say, and I say that loudly enough that they can hear me in the back alley. Hopefully.
Well, that's a pretty penny.
So suppose we do get this for you. Suppose we get this $100. You would then give it to us through the front door, through the side. Where should we pick it up?
We can do the side door. That'd probably be best, not to draw too much attention in case any wandering humans are around.
Okay. Well, would it be acceptable for us to bring our injured friend through the side door for now, just to give him a safe place?
I guess so, sure.
All right. And then as we're going, I'll be like, I don't know if you can sweet talk them or something, or pull something off, but we can try for you. What do you think? And she's kind of looking at Oliver when she says that as they're going around to the side.
I think I trust you.
So, I don't, if nothing else, you'll at least be safe here. Because if those pigeons decide they want to come at us, you'll be hurt.
On a good day, I could take them all.
I'll stay here with Oliver just in case anything goes sideways.
No, it's all right. You guys go ahead. I'll be fine.
But we
And you
like
can, like,
splitting
just
up into
see.
different pairs every time.
Okay, that's fair. You can see him in the mounting fury, just the impotent rage. He just
Maybe you can keep a lookout for anything else. That
Exactly.
would be
I
interesting.
wink at Eve with 4 of his eyes. Keep a lookout for anything else.
And so, we'll kind of lead Oliver over, probably hamming up him being injured or whatever.
So they open the side door so that you can come in.
Mhm.
I'd do so.
Pull out my gun and shoot him in the face. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Stick him up. This is a robbery.
It's an option.
I know. Hey, if you want to turn the dial of your Zoo Mafia game that way, just for shiggles, I know we're just playing goofy, but $100 in 1920 is equivalent to $1,437 today.
That's a lot of medical supplies.
JC Brantley would be pretty happy when he checks the till in the morning. Holy shit!
Well,
This has blood on it. It's just animal blood.
Imagine like the other story where somebody finds that in their cash register.
Is that human blood? Oh no, that's otter blood.
Where did that come from?
All right. To the pigeons.
I guess it's you and I to the pigeons. Eve, let's go.
Are you coming, Cobb? Or are you?
No,
going?
I said I was gonna stay here with Oliver. It's our
Okay.
thing, man. We like to split up in different pairs. Plus,
All right.
if stuff goes sideways,
So
I don't like the idea of our mob member being here by by himself.
okay. Well, very well. So Dave, that's your call. Who are we going first?
I'll let you guys going to the park go first.
All right.
So, the thing to remember here with these pigeons, they're gonna think they're all that. So play into it.
Okay. So play into them being all that, because I can eat them.
Right, but unless we're gonna want to take out thousands upon thousands of these rodents to get some money, which I'm not really interested in going that far.
All right.
Respect where they don't normally get it, I think will take you far.
Okay. All right. So we'll kind of approach rather in the open as much as we can do without drawing human attention. Evening, gents.
You're back already.
Oh, yes, coming out for a little joyride and all that.
And what happened to your friends?
Oh,
Look a little light.
They went off to live the nightlife. You know how it is. But you three seem incredibly menacing, and that fascinates me. Maybe you can say my weakness is a tough guy or two. And she'll kind of like just loosely coil kind of around them, almost like this pseudo power move, like showing that she could do a thing, but like they would feel like it's, almost the opposite, like she's making herself vulnerable to them, that kind of thing. I've never myself been out of the zoo before. And, well, I've often found shiny things fascinating. The humans use paper to give each other for things here, don't they?
Yeah, it's pretty common. Sometimes they use little round metal discs they call coins too.
Oh. It would be great if one of you could show me what that looks like. I've never seen it up close. They always exchange it at the snack bar, and I'm so far away.
Yeah. We don't have any on us. Our pockets are small.
Oh. I've heard they come in even big denominations. Things like, with multiple numbers on it, not just one.
Yeah.
Is that true?
That's true. What is your fascination with the human money? The human
It's
paper.
green. I'm green. What's not to love?
You're not wrong there. So I feel like you're trying to get at something, but you're not really getting there.
Well, see, my friend and I here, confession, we have a bet. I said that you three look strong and tough enough that you could probably manage to find a bill or two from the human money that has more than one number on it. And that was my wager. But, well, you can talk to him about his. She just totally threw you under the bus, and she kind of gives you this like pseudo-apologetic look.
Sure. I mean, yeah, I think it's amusing. You know, my friend here wants to see some, but the thing is, I just don't think you guys have it in you.
You zoo animals are super weird. But I'll play along. Hey, go fetch some of our stash. And so would you guys wager?
Well, I'm very good at shall we say, being convincing to people when it comes to this, the intimidation factor, being a snake and all, presuppositions and whatnot. And my friend here has been dealing with some bullies of late, cute, that sort of thing. And ironically, we are almost the reverse. I like to make friends. And he's more the tough guy between us. But assumptions are assumptions based on species. You know how it is. People probably assume that just because you're pigeons, you can't do much. And yet I would believe that you probably can do a lot more than anyone would ever expect.
Well, we kind of run this park,
Oh, impressive. How many animals live in this park, do you think?
More than you think.
Really? Do tell.
When they kind of say that, you start to see eyes appear, in the brush and stuff, just out of sight, and then you start to hear the flutter of wings as their friend returns, but not alone.
Oh.
There's quite a few more pigeons, but one really big pigeon that seems much better dressed than the rest. He's wearing more formal wear, and has a cane as he lands in front of you guys, and leans on it and looks over the lot of you through a monocle, and introduces himself.
That's a sight. A pigeon in a suit with a cane and a monocle.
He's a top hat shy of Mr. Peanut.
Oh my.
And hey, I'm Don Pigileone, and this is my park. Looks like you lads have found yourselves on the wrong side of the park. What are you harassing my boys for? All your talk of human money.
Oh.
Sincere apologies, sir. To be fair, we were hoping that we might have a chance to possibly do something for you. We're in a bit of a bind ourselves, and we need some of that green, that pesky human money. I don't really like the humans, never have, don't think I ever will. And we were hoping that there might be something that some people who weren't yours could be able to do something in order to earn some of that useless human money.
Well, it can't be all that useless since you want it.
Well, I didn't mean to try and say it that way. I don't like it. I don't like them, but it is useful because we need it to help out a friend.
I see. Speaking of friends, we're gonna go back over to the drugstore where Oliver and Cobb are currently hanging out with Tom and Riley. And they've kind of let you in, and now you can see this place is really nice. There's marble all over the place, and the tile floor that's just checkered. you know, all kinds of crazy human contraptions all over the place. And you know, once you get through, you kind of can smell the sweetness of the sugar and the candies that are over at the candy bar and the fountain sodas. So
It seems like a pretty cushy gig.
yeah, it's not bad. I mean, we hang out here all day and you know, watch the store at night for the boss. Well, I watch the store at night. Tom usually just carouses and lays about for the most part, but cats, you know.
Oh, I know.
Which with that, Tom gives Riley a dirty look. You're always such a sourpuss, and just don't know how to relax and have a good time.
I'm gonna try to just like surreptitiously, you know, just like pick a little piece of penny candy out with like a sticky spinneret to just chew on, like as we're kind of just talking and hanging, you know.
Trying to do it on the sly, or just
Yeah, just like, you know, kind of innocuously. It's just like as we're talking, like, oh, really? Okay. And just like take a little piece of candy.
yeah. So as you reach for it, Tom just like kind of freezes and like puffs up a little bit, and Riley gives you a look. You can't do that. The boss counts everything.
There's a whole jar of these little things. Really counts everyone?
Everyone. I've seen
Wow.
him. I've seen him yell at and berate little human children.
Well, fair enough.
He says that's how they make their money and how they feed their family.
And how do you make your money, Officer Riley? You skim a little off the top for these late night deals?
I'm pretty content with my life here. I've done pretty well. The boss pays me real well. Gives me a place to live. You know, make sure I'm taken care of. Takes me to the vet. Plenty of walks. I got my own bed. Points over in the corner where there's a dog bed that Tom is usually sleeping in, but I still have it. Well, you're not using it. It's just going to waste. Yeah, I'm not using it because you're always sleeping in it. It's all you do is sleep all the time and then carouse. But how do you make your living? I mean, what do you do? Like, how did you get out of the zoo? Don't they keep you guys locked up?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
What did you do to get put in the zoo? Like, you had to do something really bad, right?
I hatched.
I got smuggled in a banana crate. It's fantastic in there.
Really? See, I always heard that's where they put the bad animals.
I don't know. Do we seem so bad?
Zookeeper propaganda.
Well, I mean, you did try and steal the boss's candy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, other than
They got
that, so
plenty of
far,
it.
you guys have been pretty good.
Yeah, I've got a whole enclosure that's designed just for me. People come and I can practically taste their fear through the glass. And then at night, nobody knows what we do. We can run amok, do whatever we want. We stole a pedal car to get over here to answer your question.
Cobb, one of these days I'm going to have to talk to you about plausible deniability.
When you say you stole a pedal car, like, there's
Don't
a
worry,
little
it's out of your
confusion.
jurisdiction.
There's a little confusion. Like, he's not really sure what the pedal car is. But then once you say you stole it, he knows that part is bad. He's just like... And then Tom kind of perks up. Tell me more about stealing this pedal car.
Well, I guess as my friend Oliver was suggesting, it's more of a borrowed. But yeah, there's all sorts of vehicles over in the zoo. We got boats that are shaped like ducks.
Swans.
There's an electric train.
Oh, yeah, we can hear the train from here, and sometimes you can see it from the top window.
Oh, yeah?
I've seen that before.
What else can you see from that monorail from the top window?
Well, we can see the monorail from time to time. You see the cars going by.
Did it say in that letter we got where they were supposed to meet?
Yeah, they kind of like detailed. There's like detailed plans.
I would describe that area and be like, can you see that from up on the roof? Opposite rail?
Let's see. Can we see that from here? And So, you know what? No, because the monorail. Most of the monorail is deeper inside the zoo, and so from the front where they're kind of located, they got a limited view.
Okay.
And like he's like, no, I can only see at this one spot for a little bit, and it starts to explain. And it sounds really kind of disappointed, but I'll tell you what I can see from that window.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Freaking mailman coming to the door all the time. This human with the bag of paper and stuffing it in through the hole. Every time he comes, just want to bite him. There you go again, Riley, being so dramatic as Tom like rolls her eyes. So what do you need all this stuff for? That's a lot of supplies.
I just extend a wing and show the damage.
Well, it's more than just that. I mean, that
There's
was a big list.
There's a service that's available inside the zoo for nocturnal animals, and the some unscrupulous sorts sort of depleted their supplies, so we offered to help out, go get more.
Yeah, we don't know how to use any of that stuff.
That makes sense. So you think your friends will be back soon? I mean, I'd like to get this taken care of before the boss comes in the morning. He's real particular about having strangers in the shop when he's not around.
This whole time, too, I want to be on the lookout and see if they have any catnip. Because that Bruno Russo seemed kind of skittish. Maybe that chill out needs it.
Did you know that catnip is an aphrodisiac?
Yeah, but I mean, whatever.
Okay, all right.
They seem like
as long
they're
as
having
you're
a good.
aware.
They seem like they're having a good time.
I'm gonna say they do have like a pet section, and there is catnip.
Well, if the opportunity arises to commit a caper, I want to try to get some of that. Maybe, like then I'd be right this second. Maybe like go back and forth.
Yeah.
That's my goal here. That's why I
They
want.
should be quick. Our friends are good at what they do.
All right, with that, we'll go back to the friends and Don Midge Pigiglione.
So, you, sir, are quite dapper and so much more austere than the others. Are you, perchance, the leader here?
Yeah, I'm the boss. So, you say you want to try and work to earn some scratch.
Yes.
All right. There's this other gang that gives us some problems from time to time. We'd like to see them getting taken care of.
Which boss is this?
So pretentious. It's the pet shop mob.
Oh.
Stan's Pet Shop. They're the freaking worst.
What specifically are you liking to have happen?
Well, maybe you could send a little message to their leader, to their boss over there, Willie Two-Fin Coy.
What sort of message is that?
Just got that.
Maybe you go over there and mess up some of their boys. Maybe let their puppies out or something. I don't know. Something to annoy them.
Let them out. So they're...
How would you feel about some boom?
You want to let
you want to blow the place? You want to blow the place up? Even better. Those pets, they think they're better than us just because they get to live inside. Yeah, blow them to bits. That's a great idea.
So just send a message that you don't like them, right?
Like he said, blow them up.
Okay. And then you'll be able to get us what in return?
You said you're looking for some of that paper.
Yes. Specifically one with 3 numbers on it. And she like writes out the 100 in the or something.
These symbols.
It can be one bill or it can be a combination of things, but that's what we need. Does that work for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have some eyes in the sky to make sure you do what you say you did.
Of course.
Because we're gonna have problems if you come back here saying you did what you done, but you didn't do it. Yeah, we're gonna have some problems then.
Well, I'm not looking to earn your ire, sir.
That's good.
I understand this is your park. You know, we're would not be trying to operate a deal in bad faith.
So he gives you directions to Stan's Pet Shop. It's a couple blocks away. One of the things you notice on your way to Stan's Pet Shop, pigeons from time to time, squirrels, rats looking out of sewer grates.
This guy's got a big mob.
Yeah, but they're all chumps.
So, darling, you don't really mean to actually blow them up, do you?
I'm gonna blow up blow a big enough hole in the store.
That we can do, but I don't know. Something about hurting them just, I don't know. Doesn't feel right.
We gotta help out our friend, and the only way to do that is to do this job, to get the money, to get the supplies, to help out Oliver.
Right. And Eve is just kind of like getting these flashbacks in her mind of when Oliver first took that bullet for her.
Yeah.
By shooting at the other guy instead and then getting beaten up. I just think that it might be best if we could maybe free most of them, let them have a taste of what we are having now. If that means blowing a big hole in the building, all the better, a big entrance and exit.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. So can we kind of like case the joint, as it were?
Yes, you may.
And see where the like safest place for the animals is to blow a hole in the wall?
Yeah, who wants to do that?
All right. So I want to look at it.
Ugh.
I can make the biggest scene with the explosion. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
So it looks as big as possible is what I'm going for.
Yeah, give me use your peepers.
Peepers, huh? That's awareness. Gonna be a 9, sir.
All right. So you find the place and you find the place that you think is the best place to plant your dynamite. It goes off. It creates a huge hole just like you want it. But the way you place the dynamite, the glass explodes in, sending shards of glass everywhere. And many animals will be able to get out. Many of the actual like cages are like aquariums, so like the glass on them shattered as well from being hit and stuff. So some of the animals definitely took glass to the face, amongst other places. But there's a big hole and there's a big ruckus going on. What are you guys gonna do?
TFO?
Get the heck out of Dodge.
All right.
It's only a couple harm. They'll be fine.
I'll be fine. So give me a get out of the jam, so to see if you guys can get out of there without being kind of noticed in all the confusion.
And I have 3 back, right?
Oh yeah. Remember, you can always spend the mark.
This guy. So I got a 7 total.
I have a 7 as well.
Okay. Yeah, so as you guys are getting ready, or as you guys are kind of like bolting out of there, there's a screeching sound as 2 very colorful birds come flying out of the hole you guys just presented. In the side of in the front of the storefront.
Oh.
And looking over your shoulder, you see 2 giant parrots. Dressed in, and they're actually dressed in pretty nice clothes. 3 vest, 3-piece button. And they are packing heat.
Oh shit!
Can I try to pull Tommy into an alley and hide? Because the pigeons are flying, following us.
Yes, they've been kind of like watching you. They've been kind of watching and observing. You can certainly try that.
Okay.
So that is going to be get out of a jam. Well, you want to hide, so
It's whatever you want.
You know what? We're going to go get out of the jam due to the circumstances.
Okay. Okay, so that is doubles, but no bosses.
Okay.
And I have a total of 9.
All right, so 9 is going to be success with consequence. So you do manage to duck into the alley, being trailed by a spray of bullets. Because they're using Tommy guns, they're burst weapons, and they're able to hit both of you. Each of you drop a d6 for me.
Oh, that was cocked.
It's 3 hands.
6. You win, Ted. You take 2, and Steven, you take 1.
Oh no,
that's how that works. That's cool.
I was afraid that you were going to say that's how much damage I took. So
I know, right?
No. And you said that, and that was with doubles, correct?
Yeah, I had doubles. I got double 4s.
Okay, so you can give a +1 away.
Okay.
But because there is a -1 forward, I'm just going to convert that to damage that you're going to take.
Okay.
Hey, you get to use your mechanic. That's cool.
So I take another damage, and then can I give my +1 to Tommy?
Yes.
All right. So, Tommy, you have a +1. You have a forward.
I'll take it. I need all the help I can get right now.
Yeah, so you've shooken the one, but the other one seems interested in you guys still.
Okay.
I want to, get from shadow to shadow. Something I'm used to doing with all of my capery business that I've done.
Okay. All right. So you guys can commit a caper to hide.
Okay. That is
4,
5, 6.
It's going to be an 11.
All right, Tommy, you totally slip into the shadows easily. Eve, you get XP.
I know, and then I get seen, don't I?
And then you get seen, and this parrot just lights that area up where you are, and you take 3.
I am injured. I have 5 now.
Okay.
I'll take 1 more.
So
how far have we gotten? Are we close to the park yet?
You guys are getting very close to the park. When you burst out of this alley and across the street is the park, and also the territory of the pigeons. At this point, the parrot does break off as you guys are closing in on enemy territory.
Okay.
And you guys can limp on in back into the drugstore. Give me a commit caper for Cobb, as they seem interested in Oliver at the moment, talking about something.
Okay.
So you can try and score the cat.
Ooh, that's good. Okay. Let's see. There's no doubles, but that's pretty high rolls. Is it Sly? 10.
10, you succeed. So you know, however you want to do it, you manage to grab a packet of catnip.
Yeah, I figured just, we've kind of been hanging out there, just, as people do, like shuffling around the room and talking. And just when he sees the opportunity, he just like puts the spinneret and it sticks to the little package, and I just like whoop, stick it under in my overalls.
Yeah.
When nobody's looking.
Good job.
Oh, wait a minute. There's a cat in here. Is it like a sealed package?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, it's just like, okay, yeah. I was like, oh, shit. We're in here with a cat.
This cat is all of a sudden rubbing up against my armpit.
Like rolling all over the floor. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. With that, we'll jump back into the park. You guys are standing before Midge Pigiglione, and looking a little worse for wear. You did it. The boys tell me you did real well. They're not going to forget this message anytime soon. Although it looks like you guys could use a doctor.
I'll be all right. I mean, he was hurting, but we'll be able to deal with that. But a deal's a deal.
A deal's a deal.
Happy with the job.
And he hands over 2 50s.
Okay.
Humans, they just leave stuff all over the place, if you know what I mean. And then he kind of winks at you.
I like that guy.
You've tried.
I've said they're pretty stupid, but we're on a bit of a time crunch. I thank you for the time. Maybe we'll have to work together again sometime.
Yeah. Oh. And with that, you guys start hearing sirens and fire alarms going off. Apparently there might be some small fires going on right now.
Oh.
Well, that means the authorities will be over there, and we'll be able to.
That is true. So you guys were able to get back to the pet store and meet up with
the convenience store. You mean?
The drugstore.
JC Brandon.
Before we go, can I tell him that if he sends people into the zoo, that we might be able to find some more jobs for him, as it were, for like finding contraband or things like that?
Yeah, you know what? I'm looking for a pigeon anyway. I heard he's been hiding out in the zoo.
Oh, and who's that?
This fella Stanley.
Ah.
He's a bit of a stool pigeon, if you know what I mean.
I don't, because I've never sat on a stool.
Fair enough. But we'd love to send him to sleep with, Willie Two Fins and his kind.
I see. Well,
I've seen a pigeon or two in the zoo. If it's dealt with, what's it worth to you?
I can get you some more of that human money, or maybe we can get something else.
Perhaps we can have some conversation while the sirens are blaring. We got to get on. I do appreciate your time.
All right. So with that, you guys get back to the drugstore, and Tom and Riley have gathered up the list of supplies.
I'll I'll put the 250s down on the counter, or hand them to the animals, whatever they prefer.
I heard a big explosion. Did that have something to do with you? Never mind. Don't answer that.
Yeah, and Tom looks indifferent, but Riley does look a little bit agitated because of all the sirens. So with that, you guys are able to get the goods, load up the goods into your pedal bike, and pedal back to the zoo.
Okay.
Is the gate in the way that I left it?
It is.
Excellent. So we'll get the car on in, get the hustle, get the gate closed and relocked properly, and get onto the back entrance to the vet.
All right. So you get back to Dr. Leslie Ruffenstein and Nurse Bruno Russo, and they help you bring the stuff in, and starts looking you over, and you look much worse than you before. What happened?
Too many things, to be honest, darling. Things that I'm sure you'd rather not know about.
You're right. Just stop right there. Don't tell me anything. I don't want to know anything. I don't want to hear about it. I'm just happy you got the supplies. We'll get you all fixed up.
So she completely talks over me saying a parrot with a Tommy gun.
Yeah. And you see Bruno start to shake a little bit. Apparently they heard, and
I'll get out some of the catnip when I see that, and kind of rub it between my spinnerets to activate it. Just sort of.
Smell this.
I'll hand it to him. I'll be here.
What is my thing? What is my? I don't know. I don't know what does my spinneret smell like?
I'll just I'll just hand him the bag and be like, here, you really need to chill out, man.
What's this?
It's the good stuff from town. I got you a little present while we were there.
Good stuff?
Yeah.
I've never. Oh, that smells really good.
Yeah.
I never smelled anything like this. What? And you see like the euphoria wash over Bruno. Oh, and you think like some spots where there is the fur is not as quite as thick. You see a little bit of flushing, and his pupils begin dilating right away.
Does it start purring a lot?
Yes, and drooling a little bit.
Quick, stand over there, Oliver. He's purring like fit to beat the band.
Actually, all three of them could probably use standing over there.
Yeah, don't the cat purrs help?
They do.
I feel a little better already, and I wasn't even wrong.
Cat purring helps with broken bones for some reason. It's all about the frequency.
Cool. So how many points do we heal from cat purrs?
Yeah.
Well, so basically it's the equivalent of first aid, so you all get a point back.
Oh. I get a point back in my heart because I wasn't.
Yeah. And then you guys can actually get treated. And then they'll set you up with everything you need. And and since you were were able to get all those supplies, which basically restocked everything that they were out of, and will last them a while. They kind of set you up with some private suites to heal up for a day or two, and they promise to keep it confidential.
Oh, that's really nice.
Thank you.
But towards the end of your stay, Bruno comes up to the cop and he's like, Can you get any more of that stuff?
Well, the first one's free, Bruno. I mean, I can see what I can do, but what's it worth to you?
I I don't know. I mean, we can take care of you when you come in here and you're hurt.
That sounds really good. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll keep that in mind. I don't know when I'll make it back to JC Brantley's, but I've got sort of like I can feel vibrations all throughout the zoo, and I'll keep a one of my hairs out for a whisper of that.
Are you sure you won't be able to get some? Like, I'm going to be running out soon.
I'll see what I can do. Hey, I'll tell you what. In the meantime, if any of Al Capone's mooks come in here, maybe you could let me know through the grapevine.
Yeah, I could definitely keep an eye out for you, especially if you can find some more of that. What did you call it? Catnip?
Yeah, pure catnip.
It's really good. I never had that before. My anxiety has never felt so good before. It's almost like it's not even there. It's like I don't even care about anything anymore.
Well, you still got a job to do, but maybe after hours, you save if you indulge too much, then it just loses all its potency. But I'll see what I can do. This could be the beginning of a mutually beneficial friendship, Bruno.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind, and thanks.
Hey, thank you.
And then Bruno hugs you.
Sort of like cringe up a little bit, but then I'm like, okay, I'll play this mark for it's like he likes that. I'll give him a big forearm hug.
So after a couple days, you guys get all rested up, and you're technically in between jobs, so you'll regain all your wounds. Actually, if you were down 5, Steven, that was the halfway mark, so that would have been unstable. But once you got there, got treated by an actual veterinarian, removed the stable condition. After a couple of days, you guys are good, no more harm.
All right.
Cool.
And
we're really making a name for ourselves in this zoo, I think.
Yes.
What do you guys want to do with your downtime?
So I want to have a conversation with the crew during this this kind of time frame. See what we're thinking about, what's happened so far, and this whole plan with the monorail.
Well, what was the actual? So it was a paperwork detailing a deal between Al Capone and a human monorail operator to smuggle stuff.
Yeah,
is that sort of the gist of it? Was it Al Capone, or did we not know?
Well,
I guess I'm asking my fellow players too. Did we know?
I don't know the specifics. I know that Monkey Cajon had it.
Yeah.
I don't technically know that it was Al Capone. Like, Al Capone is probably involved because the monkey business owner was working for her, but we just know when the delivery was and where it was.
But we don't even know what the delivery was of, right? We just know something was going down. Then we should.
I'll just give you the information that you have.
Okay.
And that is, in a week there is a monorail that has secret compartments in it, and you have blueprints of the monorail itself and where the stashes are, the route, where it's being picked up, where it's being dropped off, the contact, Peter McGrady, who's a human security guard who's supposed to be bribed to get the contraband in with $1,000.
Oh, so then we should do that, and then we'll just grab it before it arrives at the destination where whoever's waiting for it'll be.
So you want to keep the $1,000 and?
No. If whatever's on that train's worth more than $1,000, I'm sure.
Well, so that being said, it's not like Monkey Cajon all of a sudden isn't going to know because you guys got a hold of the information, right? It had already been looked at. It had already been opened up and looked at. So you can only presume that they're going to make other arrangements at the pickup spot. Now the question is, do they have another $1,000 to still bribe the
Hey,
security
that's
guard?
exactly what I was gonna say. I was
Yeah,
just
or
I'm
that's a lot of
liking
money.
I'm liking the idea. I mean, we got $100 in like 20 minutes. So I would imagine, a Don of the Zoo is going to have that. If, the Pigeon Park, the Pigeon Park Mafia has that much that they could give to a couple of mooks.
and also as a quick kind of like aside for the folks watching, and also for you guys as well. Generally, the zoo animals and animals in general will not attack the humans, especially in a mafia style way, because the in-game penalty for that is you lose half your marks round down. And for anyone watching, if you lose all your marks, it's game over for your character, because the humans have realized that this animal is not acting right and has to be removed from the zoo, whether it's sent away, sent to a farm, euthanized, however you decide to do it in your game. But the gist of it is that character is done.
Well, it's first of all, Monkey Cohen isn't a boss, so to him that $1,000 was probably entrusted to him by Al Capone.
Mm-hmm.
And losing it's not going to look too good for Monkey Cohen.
No. I love the idea of trying to put another one over on Al Capone. If we can rob the train, before the drop-off spot,
Exactly.
we get the stuff. We get out of there. We have the $1,000 that we can do with as we will. We have the stuff. Looks bad twice.
Oh, so the $1,000 was to bribe the guard at where was the destination?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh yeah, hell yeah! Then we'll keep the $1,000 and rob that train for sure. Then even if Monkey Cohen manages to come up with that money, there won't be anything for him to retrieve when the train arrives.
I've got an idea of something I want to try. Can I visit Outback Alice?
You may.
All right, I want to visit Outback Alice at the Gazette at night. What is the name of the zoo newspaper? I'm trying to remember.
Zoo
It's
Daily.
really, I know, it's really complicated.
What?
The Daily Zoo.
Daily
The
Zoo.
Daily Zoo. Okay. So I go to the Daily Zoo at night. I'll probably get like a scarf or something, or use my boa to kind of change how I look like I'm dressed, and I will approach Outback Alice and I'll be like, "Hello again, darling. I may have a scoop for you. Something safer than before. See, apparently this gang war has led to many supplies from the vet's office being depleted for the rest of us. But I heard wind that a noble new family, a new gang, had shown up, an unaffiliated gang, and restocked her supply. A gang that's fighting for all of us little people that aren't part of the big families and whatnot.
That seems like the antithesis of what the families do.
It does. It does. Which means that these individuals need some sort of protection. And what better protection than public opinion, should they be found out?
So when you come into the newsroom, it's kind of quiet. There's not too many people working right now, and you're able to slink over to Alice's cubby. And when you find Alice, she is banging away on her typewriter with her little koala paws, wearing her little fedora, and she's got like an overcoat that she wears. And you're not sure why, but she seems to always be wearing that damn camera around her neck. So what do you know about this gang?
Not much, unfortunately. I just know that they're unaffiliated. I hear things through the grapevine. And I hear they're unaffiliated, and they actually may have connections even outside the zoo.
But like, what are they trying to? Are they trying to move in on the Flatfoots? Like they want to do the Flatfoots job? Are they trying? Is it like a Robin Hood scenario? What's going on?
I don't know, to be honest. That's kind of the beauty of the scoop, isn't it? Getting people talking, starting a buzz.
Please tell me that Robin Hood was an actual Robin in this story.
Please.
It is now.
You know, it could be that valiant Robin Hoods, or it could be something else.
Oh,
But-
it's Robin Hood's all right.
Could you imagine if one of the bosses caught wind that someone was working for the betterment of the people without their input?
But I can't run. Yeah, it would be great, but I can't run a story that I can't. I don't have any facts on. I need something. Gotta substantiate it somehow.
Let's see. Do I have anything from the outside? I didn't really steal anything. And I wouldn't have thought to ask anybody for anything. So I'll just be like, all right, well, it's up to you. But suffice it to say, I thought since, I got you caught and everything, I might find a safer story to run.
Are you?
Still
Wait a minute. Are you talking from the outside? Are you talking like maybe like the feds?
I don't know, darling. That's the point. I have no idea. I just know that someone has worked for the little people for once. And it's nice. And if we don't recognize them for that, who knows who might intervene and try to stop that from happening again.
And you're saying they restocked the animal hospital.
Yes.
So Dr. Rufenstein can collaborate this part of the story.
I would assume so.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of like, meet her eyes and have like this mischievous twinkle. And then like slither away.
The rest of you, do you have anything you guys are doing?
I would spend any free time I had doing what Lookout's doing, sort of like scouting out that monorail trail for like and comparing it to the blueprints and like where might be the best spot where we could a time frame for us to do that, like how much time, just that sort of thing. Like I want to observe it's like how long does it take to get from here, and like I do have a wristwatch. A pocket watch was one of my things, so I'm like timing it.
Yeah.
How long does it take to get
from the position that you're in, like you're looking at it, and then the window blows a certain way, and that damn hot air balloon that they have because they do blue rides at the zoo kind of blows in your way, and you have to wait for it to get out of the way.
There's a hot air balloon. It's another vehicle on my list of vehicles to commandeer at some point. A hot air balloon. That sounds like a great way to escape. Okay, but yeah, that's basically just he's quite excited about. Yeah, we're gonna rob a train while it's moving. And I imagine a monorail's not really moving all that fast, but still, to animals is probably pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean it's the 1920s, 30s ish, so those monorails they're not exactly bullet trains.
Yeah, right. And it's just to go around the thing,
It is.
If it went really fast.
Tommy.
And I would also, if I had it's just like, just keep my ear out on, the street if there's any contraband catnip. Maybe somebody's growing it in like a grow room, in the back of their enclosure or something like that. I'll look for where there's heat. Is there like any places where there's a lot of heat that shouldn't be coming off, like heat lamps? That might be growing catnip.
Well, I mean, if you kind of want to take a look at the underground and see the black markets and see if you can find any.
Yeah.
You can absolutely do that.
Sure.
You know what? I'm gonna finding a list of goods. That sounds like committing a caper to me.
All right, I'm into that. Okay, not terrible. Let's see. So the boss die, when it comes up with the boss, only matters if it's a double, right?
Yep.
Okay, so this was not. So that is 8.
An 8. So you do find where you can get some catnip from.
Okay.
But the person selling it works for Al Capone.
That's not worth it. Is it just like, what's their setup? They just have like an individual person? Is it like somebody just like street level selling, dime bags of catnip?
It's kind of like a street level person that like, can make contact. You can make contact with, they're not like directly connected, but they are part of the Al Capone family.
Is there an opportunity where this person's like by themselves? I kind of watch them for a time. It's like, do they have like a spotter that like watches them to make sure their street catnip dealer is like protected?
Well, they have more than catnip, but put your peepers to work and see if you can see if they're alone or not.
It's not too good. 7.
So, you do notice that they are not alone. There's a system of 3. So there's 3 of them. One of them's a runner. One of them's the lookout, and one of them's the seller.
Okay.
But as you're kind of like doing your thing and observing them, you make eye contact directly, lookout to lookout. And you're observing them, and they can tell you're more than just a casual observer.
Sure. Yeah, I would just kind of slink away, and then I don't want to confront him or anything. I'm just looking out.
Okay. Tommy or Oliver, did you guys have anything you wanted to do?
So I was going to actually go to Oliver, see how he's doing. I know that
he's probably stretching when you get there, like doing the physical therapy.
With the real last job, you got hurt pretty bad. And, you were, kind of into it, and we're worried. So just want to check and see where he's at.
Honestly, I just hate feeling helpless. It's not a thing that happens often.
So you still committed here? You still?
As if I would run away.
I didn't think that was going to be the case, but I want to just make sure that everything's still on the sly.
I'm on the level. Don't worry about me.
So what is the story? There seems to be a little bit more with that bird.
That bird.
Well, wasn't there something that was kind of talked about with the last job? If you're not feeling, I don't want to pry.
If I tell you this, I need you to understand it is not affecting my performance here in any way.
Sure.
The owls in the zoo tend to go one way.
What do you mean?
I mean, most of the parliament is with Al Capone.
Sure. One would.
And I was too. Being an owl and all that.
Sure. I kind of get it. I see that there's plenty of other otters that would lean towards Don Machine Gun over there, but it's not me.
Well, we were close.
Okay.
Like close.
Oh.
And she ended it messily and very publicly, and I don't like talking about it.
Didn't realize it was like that.
Personal? Yeah.
doing things out in public. That's not a way to do it. Didn't think it was her style.
Neither did I, or I wouldn't have been with her in the first place.
Relationships can absolutely be tough when bullets are flying and emotions are even there.
Well, the point is, it's not rage. I don't necessarily want to see her hurt, but I do want to show her up.
Sure. That just makes it all that much more fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you understand.
So, what are your thoughts on this monorail caper?
Bring it on. I had to take it easy for the past while. I'm so ready to stop doing that.
Sure. Well, I don't want to, keep you from your stretches. Got some things to kind of get ready for said caper. Set some things up ahead of time and make sure that we can do this as best as possible.
Gonna sharpen my talons.
All I can do is sharpen my tools.
Well, you do amazing things with those. We've got this.
So with that, you'll all be able to rest up, get all your harm back and unharmed. And with that, we'll wrap things up right there. As always, folks, in the description, you can find a couple things. You can find Robin Miller and Stephen Partridge across the interwebs. Also, you can find the Zoo Mafia newsletter, where you can sign up to get filled in when we drop the quick start rules for free over there. They will be coming at some point in the near future. Also, any updates that we have for Zoo Mafia, we're going to put them over there. We will not be spamming you or doing anything with your emails other than sending you information about Zoo Mafia. So with that, until next time, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.